Singles Championship, and we've got a matchup underway between Lavonah Muloin and Diane Vallee. Lavonah is the one with the dark hair, blue shorts, light blue shorts. Diane Vallee is with the light hair and the red glasses, and she's wearing the dark blue shorts and serving. What can you tell us about these two people, Murph?
Well, neither one has been, Lavonah Muloin was in the championship last year against Kathleen Bedard from Quebec City. She's now retired. So neither one of these girls has won a Canadian championship before, so we'll have a new Canadian champion declared today. Lavonah's from Antigonish, Nova Scotia. She has to travel 60 miles to get to a handball court when she plays, so she's got a bit of traveling to do. Diane Vallee lives in Montreal, and she's got an excellent coach who's been coaching her, an old rival of mine from Montreal, Gerard Kaya.
Lavonah looks like she's a little upset with herself as this game's been aggressive. We've watched most of this game, and she looks like she's getting a little intense with herself.
That's her personality. She's a very intense person, and I think Dan's a little bit looser. They're both a little tight right now. They're missing some easy shots.
One thing we were talking about before, it's strange for these two players to be playing each other.
That's right. They're doubles partner. It's actually a new team that's being formed because Lavonah's partner was supposed to be Lisa Fraser from Winnipeg, but she broke her thumb just before the tournament, and Lisa was one of the favorites, I'd have to say, in my estimation, to win this tournament. But with Lisa out of it, it really opened the doors up. Lisa lost to Diane Vallee in a semifinal yesterday in a very close match, just playing with one hand.
Well, Diane Vallee is relatively new to the game. She's only been playing for about 3 years, I understand. And that's isn't that somewhat unheard of to get this far in the Canadian Championships?
It is.
You haven't been playing that long?
It is, but like I say, she had a real good coach in Gerard Kaya, who brought her along real quickly. But I know that Lavonah plays a lot of the guys in Nova Scotia. And Lavonah's a phys ed teacher, so she's in great condition. Lavonah's also left-handed. Her strong arm is her left hand. It's the dominant one, whereas Diane Vallee is right-handed.
And that should make a big difference, too.
It should be an advantage for the left-hander, because for the right-hander, you don't get to play very many left-handers. And a left-hander is always playing people who are right-handed, so there's a slight advantage there. I sure like the way Lavonah moves around the court, too. She's real fluid on the court. She's got great movement. She's using a nice Z serve there, which seems to be handcuffing Diane.
With Lavonah, looking at Lavonah with the long legs, it sure gives her a reach advantage over Diane, who's got she's a more compact style.
She's compact and shorter. That's correct. And it's also an advantage for lob serves too. I found, in my experience, that lob serves to shorter people often work, because often they've got to jump up to return the ball.
Yeah, and that takes a little more out of you too as the game goes on.
It sure does. But Diane's taken over from Kathleen Bedard in Quebec right now as the #1 player since Kathleen's retirement. I hope she doesn't retire too long, because she was a great asset to the game.
Well, as we mentioned off the top a little earlier, Diane's only been playing the game for about 3 years, and we were wondering how she can move up in the game so fast, but she's had a career in big-time sports, and she's used to the pressure. She's a 5-time Canadian single roller skating champion. She retired from skating about 6 or 7 years ago, so she knows what it's like to get into heavy physical activity. So she's also, roller skating takes a lot of agility, and it takes a lot of power.
That's right. That's
And
right. Well,
you can tell by her legs that she's fit.
she's got strong legs, and she's probably used to, you know, pressure situations, being a champion that long in roller skating. That's news to me.
Both of these players, as we've looked down their biographies, both these players have played racquetball before they played handball, and obviously, they say. I was talking to someone a little bit before. They say once you play handball, you never go back to playing racquetball.
Well, in most cases, that's true. That's you know, handball players. Once you get started in this game, we develop a real camaraderie in this sport, and it's such a challenging game that as you're slowly developing, you see your success, and you build on that, and you want to improve yourself all the time. It's an uphill battle, really, to get to the top of this game.
Lavonah had an easy shot there, and she basically had it go off the side of her hand.
Looks like she's real nervous. She's trying to concentrate, but she seems to be distracted by different things, the cameras and different things. But like I said before, they're relatively new to being in a situation like this, for vying for a Canadian championship.
Good diving shot from Lavonah Muloin, and she'll take the timeout right now. She wants to take the minute and Lavonah asking the referee to watch Diane's back foot on the serve. That's something we also saw in the men's singles as well.
That's right. You're not supposed to start outside the line when you're serving, and Lavonah noticed that. It does give an edge to the server, because you can stretch out farther and get more power into your serve. So the referee's been notified, and I'm sure he'll be watching for that.
I'm Cliff Chatterton of the War Amps. Chris Cook is a member of our CHAMP program, born missing his arms and legs. Carl Hilsinger, our sports consultant, passed away in 1988. Chris asked if he could take over. He told me,
I want to do it for Carl.
The CHAMP program could have no better representative. Whatever they try, there's only one goal for champs like Chris, the winner's circle.
Down by 3 with this serve. Oh, nice shot.
I think Diane Vallee has some confidence in her game, because she beat a very strong player, as I said before, our own Lisa Fraser from Winnipeg yesterday, and Lisa, before this tournament, was definitely one of the favorites to win this tournament. But Lavonah had a very good match against Nancy Khalil yesterday from Boston, who is one half of the U.S. women's doubles team. And Lavonah didn't have too much trouble with her yesterday.
Since Lavonah mentioned it at the break, I've been watching the footwork on the serve of Diane Vallee, and it looks like once or twice she has just taken that extra inch or so.
That's correct, yeah.
And I guess if you can get away with it, every inch counts.
I guess the referee hasn't picked it up yet.
.812 is the score.
There's a nice return to the ceiling by Diane.
Good shot down the wall.
I think a lot of the energy both of these girls are expending right now is nervous energy.
Well, it does take a lot with the cameras and all the people here, and you know, if you're not used to it.
That's right. It's a pressure situation for them, and again, the winner of this match will represent Canada in the 1991 World Championships in Phoenix in February. So there's quite a bit at stake in this match, besides just having the title.
With the relative lack of experience in international and national competition of the two, it's beginning to show just a little bit now.
That's correct.
But once, no matter how they fare at the World Championships in Phoenix, it will be a wealth of experience for them.
That's right. In our Manitoba Open in Winnipeg earlier this year, Lavonah Muloin had a chance to play one of the top players in the world, Rosemary Bellini from New York. And Rosemary won that match, but Lavonah's improving all the time with those kinds of matches. Lavonah's trying to overpower Diane, but it's not always working.
Diane going for the short drop shot. She just couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Came up a little short on it.
Right now, Diane looks a little more relaxed of the two girls.
Nice kill.
Nice corner shot.
But that was set up with Diane playing that with her right hand instead of playing it with her left. If she had played it with left, she could have gone back cross court.
That's correct.
Excellent shot. Lavonah seems to be relaxing just a little bit now.
She's trying to center herself with some deep breathing there, which is good. But I still don't think she's hitting the ball where she wants to hit it right now. She's not too accurate. A nice corner shot by Lavonah there.
Timeout called by Diane Vallée. I think she's going to Is there a rule about coaching?
Not really. No. You can coach as much as you want
Coaches are allowed
during
to.
the timeouts. That's correct. Although Diane's coach isn't at this tournament, at this championship, he was injured, so he couldn't make it up to the championship. But there's a couple other people from Quebec who are giving Diane some tips. But I have to feel a little bit sorry for Elisa Fraser from Winnipeg, who really is one of the top players in Canada. And she was runner-up 3 years ago to Kathleen Bedard, and she almost beat her in Edmonton. Last year in Regina, Lisa had to undergo an operation, so she was unable to attend. This year, before the Canadian Championships, she broke her thumb. So she's experiencing a little bit of bad luck, but she's knocking on the door. And
it's only a matter of time for some of them.
Just a matter of time for Lisa Fraser.
Well, the timeout just about up. This being the first game. And it looks like Lavonah's going to take all the time that she can to sort of try to get herself
a little more relaxed.
Maybe even make Diane wait just a little bit longer, get her a little bit edgy if it's possible. She looks very relaxed, Diane Vallee does.
Yeah, she does. She's been in situations in other sports like this before. We'll see if Lavonah tries to work on Diane's left hand with that Z serve again. That's the favorite one of hers right now. She's not using much variety in her serves, just sticking with the Z serve to Diane's left.
13 serving 12 with Lavonah in the lead by a single point. This is a pretty big comeback for Lavonah if she can win this game.
There's a nice roof shot to the back wall, and as I said before, the glass back wall is a little bit dark, so nice feather roof shots off the back wall are a little difficult to return.
How big of a factor is the height advantage for Lavonah?
I think it's only slight. I think on certain shots like the lob serves, I think that's about all, really. Although, you know, you have longer reach to extend yourself and to get to a lot of shots. But Diane's fairly quick, and she can adapt to those kinds of things.
Well, there's a side out, so Diane will be serving.
Another nice roof shot by Lavonah. But she hit it too hard. She's got to feather them a little bit more so they drop straight down instead of bouncing out too far.
Excellent two-wall shot from Diane Vallee.
Diane had an easy one there, but she had a chance to get another point, but her feet weren't in position to hit that ball properly. Lavonah's going back to the Z serve, but Diane doesn't seem to have too much problem returning it.
Diane looks very adept with her left as well as her right. She seems to be able to hit with almost as equal power.
That's right. Not always with the open hand either. She uses a lot of fist balls.
Good get. She went for the fist shot and just missed it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if she should have used the open hand right there. But she pulled her head out of that shot too. But Diane definitely looks the more relaxed of the two girls. Not necessarily saying that the more relaxed person is going to win, but I think it sure helps.
Excellent shot. Also, being the less uptight you are, it also doesn't take as much out of you to play a match.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. You know, if you're more relaxed, your muscles aren't tight. You know, you can get more rhythm into your shots.
You also feel comfortable about taking chances on a few shots.
That's right.
Whereas I don't think Lavonah right now, she's going to play it safe because she's not really sure of what she's doing.
She's like I said before, she's trying to use her power to overpower Diane. I think if she concerned herself more with placing the ball properly on the wall, you know, and making the right angled shot, she's just trying to overpower Diane.
The power will come later on.
That's right.
She's going to the same serve just about all the time.
Every time.
Oh, nice get.
Very nice get. That was a difficult shot. But I think Lavonah's got to use more variety in her serves. Because Diane's getting in a groove, and she's having really no trouble returning that serve of Lavonah's.
Foot fault called on Diane Vallee, so this is her second service. And she gets a point out of it.
And that was a serve to Lavonah's, really, it's her weak arm, her right arm, because she's left-handed. That's a better return to the roof. Oh, that was
a super shot.
That was a great shot. A low percentage shot from deep in the court, and she killed it in the corner.
The confidence factor is right there when she's
that's right. She's
able
relaxed.
to attempt those.
She's relaxed, and she's not afraid to do that. But look at Lavonah's shots are way too high off the front wall.
Lavonah doesn't look like she's setting herself up for the kill.
You know, I think it just boils down to her nervousness. She's really tight right now, you know, and I think she should get out of the court and go for a walk down the hall and just get away from this environment for a few minutes.
And that's probably what she's going to do. She's taking a break.
I've seen Lavonah play quite a few times, and she's a better player than what she's showing right here. She's hitting the ball too high off the front wall for one thing, and she's giving Diane some setups.
Diane. Check. Check. We're back and we're ready to go. Diane Vallee ready to serve after the break.
There's a screen shot by Lavonah, and they have to replay that one.
Lavonah looked like she compensated there and went to her left hand. Probably because she's more comfortable with it, obviously, since she's left-handed.
She went right up against the side wall to get that ball. Well, there's a nice pass shot by Diane.
Almost a squandered opportunity by Diane there, but
it was definitely.
And it was. Ultimately, it lost her the point.
They're both trying to use the angles off the side walls, but they're both making the same mistake of not using wider angles to drive the other person to the deep part of the court. They're leaving the ball in the center of the court where the other person is. So they're really playing into each other's hand. Wasn't a very good serve by Lavonah, almost right down the middle of the court.
Watching Diane, she knows that Lavonah's left-handed, obviously, since she's her partner. So what she's trying to do is stay down the right-hand side of the court, and she's doing a good job of that.
That's
Almost
right.
all of her returns are coming back down the right-hand side.
Yeah, she's really thinking. She's thinking and she's executing right now. You know, I'm sure Lavonah's thinking about doing those kinds of things, but she's not executing right now as well as I think she can.
Charging the serve was Diane Vallee there. Basically what that'll do is give the server less time to react.
She charged it also because she thought she may have a more difficult return if she let the ball go to the back wall.
Again, Lavonah goes with her left hand off the serve.
Oh, there was contact there. Diane went to stroke the ball and she contacted Lavonah's body.
Again, she charges it, puts Lavonah on the defense, and
that was a nice cutoff. And here's a good timeout called by Diane. She's got the serve, and she wants to make sure she's ready to make some good serves when she gets in there.
So another break in the action here. With Diane looking to take this game, and she's very close to it, and with the serve, I think you hit the nail on the head there when saying this is a perfect time to take the break for her. She can gather herself and go into the final stretch before the game will end.
She's also putting a little pressure on Lavonah, you know, to think about it. And Lavonah's got to relax, I think. She's got to relax.
Is there a possibility? Every break we've seen, Lavonah's gone over and talked to her coach. Is there a possibility she could be overcoached in a match like this?
No, I don't. Well, I don't think so. She relies on him quite a bit, you know, more than other players do, and it's almost part of her game to rely on her coach.
Could Lavonah be thinking too much instead of just going out there and playing her game?
That's a possibility, you know. All of these things that you're talking about, those should be done before the tournament. You know, the things that you're doing now in the court really should be automatic. All these things should be practiced and done in your
it should be their
practice
second
sessions.
nature right now.
That's right. The things you do in the court now should really be automatic. You're presented with a situation in there of a certain shot, and your return should be automatic to what the other person does.
Well, they played 1 point, and now it's Lavonah's turn to take a timeout.
Another timeout.
Now, what would the purpose of this be, knowing that you've lost the...
Isn't it 20 now?
It's the 20th point.
Okay, well, just to break Diane's momentum, maybe. And she's got to, Lavonah's got to settle herself down.
Diane Vallee following the ball around on the court. She's just trying to keep her concentration at the highest level possible.
That's right, that's right.
.2017 is the score. Diane Vallee looking to win this opening game. She goes to the strong spot and wins the opening game. Strange enough, she went from serving the whole game down the right side to serving on the left side. Trying to catch her off guard, obviously.
Shows that she's really thinking. And that's what a lot of the top players do on the Pro Tour right now. People get so good at returning serves with their weak arm, so-called weak arm, that now a lot of players are serving to the person's strong arm because we don't practice it that much. You know, our returns with our strong arm aren't as good as the ones to our offhand.
Well, funny thing is, we noticed the coach for Lavonah talking it over with her, and you said that Diane's coach was not here, but she's talking with Danny Bell. She's talking with a few other people, giving her little hints, a few little words of encouragement almost.
I think it's really more encouragement because I think she's thinking very well for herself out there on the court. And Lavonah's accuracy and execution isn't what I've seen her execute before.
Well, we've got the break in the action. Let's take it right here on Cable 10 Sports. We're back for Game 2 of the women's singles final at the Airport Racket Club for the Canadian Championship. Lavonah Muloin is down 1-0 to Diane Vallee from Quebec. Lavonah from Antigonish, Nova Scotia. So what does Lavonah have to do now? Down a game, what kind of pressure is she going to have to face to try to get back in this?
Well, she faces some pressure, but just looking at her, I think she's settled herself down, and she's hitting the ball lower than she did in the first game.
Good footwork by Diane to get the power into that shot.
That was a great serve down the right-hand side to Lavonah's offhand. Diane's serving really well.
Diane taking advantage of every opportunity she can. She doesn't seem to have missed too many of the open
setups
that she's had. Excellent shot to keep Lavonah off her balance.
Just comparing this to the men's final, as I said in the men's final, the person who had their serve working for him that day would probably be the eventual winner. And right now, I think Diane has the edge in the serving.
Diane seems to be hitting the ball almost at will where she wants.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. But she's starting everything off by getting a good serve. By getting a good serve to Lavonah's offhand.
Good crowd on hand here at the Airport Racket Club for the Women's Canadian Singles Championships. Between Diane Vallee, who's serving, and Lavonah Muloin, down 1 game. Nice get off the wall.
Nice cutoff by Diane. She could have let that go, but she cut it off right out of the air.
She seems to, that one's out of play, right over the top of the glass in the back wall. Diane seems to like to get to them early. She likes to put the pressure on her opponent right away.
Exactly, pushing her opponent to the back part of the court. But she's using a nice variety in her serve. She's not serving everything down the right to Lavonah's offhand. She's serving the odd one down to Lavonah's left, and the last time Lavonah missed that with her strong arm.
Excellent shot. Being able to take the fist and go off 2 walls like that really makes Lavonah have the perfect shot on the return.
That's right, but it's also a difficult thing that Diane did there, taking it off the wall, out of the air with her fist. But she
did it again.
She's controlling the center of the court too, and she's making Lavonah work. She's right in the center.
Lavonah checking with Diane, making sure she's okay. She took that one right off the base of the neck.
They may soon adopt a rule, just as in squash, for players able to call a let on certain shots like that, where you know you're going to hit the person in the back, or so you can just stop and call a let.
Lavonah again, instead of going with her right hand, she went with her left hand, which is her power arm since she's left-handed. But the way she had to get her footwork in there, she couldn't make the shot.
Her feet weren't in position to stroke that with any power. Diane's definitely in control so far in this game and this match. One of the things she's doing is making her opponent run the farthest distance to get to the ball. She's not really hitting it right back to Lavonah. She's using the angles and making Lavonah run the farthest distance.
Again, Lavonah is going to take the timeout, and she wants to sit down and think about what's going on, because she's getting almost to the point where she can't afford to lose any more points, because she's down a game, and you only need 2 games to win the whole match.
She's digging herself into a hole right now, and that was a well-timed timeout. Well-timed.
The timeouts that Lavonah's been taking haven't seemed to bother Diane too much, which is for someone with this little experience in the championships, it's very impressive to watch.
That's right. She's keeping on her focus on her goal, I guess, to win this championship. Her concentration is right on.
We're back and ready to go. Diane 8 points ahead at 9-1 right now. A short serve on the first service.
That was a weak return by Lavonah's right arm.
That could be the whole difference in this match, that Diane's more adept at using both hands.
Yeah, she seems a little more well-balanced today than Lavonah does.
That shot obviously catching part of the floor before it took the wall. 11-1.
That wasn't a very good serve, but she got away with it. Diane didn't get that serve close enough to the side wall, and it came too far off the back wall.
Almost put Lavonah right back into the middle. Well, Lavonah is going to have to score some points right here to get back into this game. She's down 11-1.
And there again, that angled shot that Lavonah used didn't get Diane out of the center of the court.
That's Diane able to play one down the wall to the weaker side of Lavonah.
Diane hasn't been concentrating on her last couple of serves. They've come too high off the back wall.
Oh, excellent shot.
There's a great pass shot by Diane.
Do you think Diane's just letting up now a little bit, thinking she's won this game and she's up 12-1?
Well, I hope not for her sake, but she made a nice pass shot there. Her serves are coming up though on that down the right side. They're a lot higher than they were in the first game. But Lavonah's really not taking advantage of it too much right now.
Oh. And you see Diane smile. She's happy with that shot.
Yeah, she's pretty cool in there right now. She smiles every time she makes a nice shot. She looks real cool.
So the side out where Lavonah will get a chance to serve and possibly get back in this game. Down 12 points so far, 13-1.
Lavonah's put a lot of work into handball the last couple of years as the women's commissioner of the Canadian Handball Association.
Excellent serve. Nice get by Diane.
That's a nice feather roof shot by Lavonah, but Diane picked it up.
Oh. Lavonah looking like she's building a little bit of confidence right now.
She's picking up because I think she's concentrating on her serve a little bit more now. Oh, there's a nice,
beautiful
nice
shot.
I think if she can get this serve a little bit lower down the left wall, it could become an interesting game.
Well, she's cut the lead to 5-13. Lavonah still down by 8 points, but she's on a comeback. Second service.
She had
Could
an
be a costly
opportunity there.
mistake.
She had a good opportunity there to get another point, but she let Diane back in.
Oh.
Diane's not making too many mistakes. I think that's one of the keys to this match. She's pretty consistent today. And she's taking the setups that Lavonah's giving her and doing something with them. There was a nice setup for Diane, and she moved her feet into what's called the pre-shoot position. She got her feet ready to really put some power into that ball. And Lavonah didn't have much of a chance to get that one.
15-5. Diane leads.
I'm impressed the way Diane's moving on that court. She's bouncing on her feet.
And she's making those shots one after another. Every time she goes for a kill, she's making the perfect shot.
That was a great rollout off the back wall. But she's bouncing around on her feet, and
she senses the victory.
Yeah. And the last part of this game, when the crowd starts picking up a little bit, I think it's going to energize her even more. I think she can almost taste it now.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
It looks like Lavonah Muloin is just getting to the point where she's almost admitting defeat.
Or yeah, she's choking up right now.
And it's so hard to see because I mean they played so hard to get this far.
That's right.
And then to be off your game just that much.
Yeah.
In the finals.
I think Lavonah was just off her game today, and she had a tough match yesterday against Nancy Khalil from Boston, who's a great player from the States, and she beat her. And I was hoping she'd be saving something for this match today, but she's just off a little bit.
Sometimes it takes a little more out of you to get here than you can afford to waste.
That's right. The past of least resistance.
Yeah.
Lavonah's not too happy with herself right now. She's not putting the ball where she wants to put it.
Kind of a strange serve too, just putting it right back down the middle.
Right. Well, it was right to Diane's strong arm, but it was right down the middle of the court. I think she should have stuck to the serve down the left here, the low serve to Diane's left hand.
17-6, Diane with an 11-point lead. Again, we see Lavonah go back and have to shift her footwork just to get the power side on her left hand.
Yeah, she's putting herself right up against the side wall to use her left. You know, and she had two opportunities there to hit the ball a lot lower on the front wall, and she hit it way too high. But she was achieving some success with this serve down the left when she started to catch up a little bit, but she went away from that serve.
Lavonah's going to take her other timeout once again and try to regroup. What can she be thinking right now to get back into this?
I don't know. I don't know what she's thinking. I think she's a little disappointed with herself right now.
If you're a coach, what would you say to her?
I would tell her that when she gets back in with her serve, to serve to Diane's left because Lavonah's got a good serve to the left-hand side. But she really hasn't used it today very much. She can hit it a lot lower than she does. Her concentration's not there because you've got to concentrate on hitting a low serve, and it seems like she's just putting it in play.
Again, Diane concentrating on the ball while the break is on, following it around the court, making sure she doesn't lose her concentration, which is really important. She's gone through a couple of breaks.
That's right. But getting back to Lavonah, you know, sometimes you get in a certain mode in the court, a certain serve, you stick with it, and you just don't want to change no matter what your coach or anybody says, and it's tough to change.
Could be the downfall, though.
It could be the downfall, that's right. Diane almost has an insurmountable lead right now, 18-6.
Oh. Diane just couldn't get that up high enough.
One of the few times she hasn't got her feet in position to hit the ball.
Again.
Great return by Diane.
Forcing Lavonah to use shots that she hasn't used very often.
Yeah, but it hardly bounced off the back wall. It almost went straight down. She really feathered that roof shot. And there's a serve to Lavonah's strong arm.
And this is match point then.
Gave her a problem.
At 20-6. Serving for the match. 19 serving 6.
Lavonah's got a long way to go. Looks like she's going to be patient, though. That's a good attempt there. Lob serve to the left hand.
Diane going with the fist on that one.
There's a nice pass shot by Diane. Great pass shot.
$19 serving 6. Diane with control.
Oh, there's the bad setup. Diane didn't capitalize on that one, though.
She goes right down the right wall, knowing that's the weakness. She goes right after it and comes out with the point.
That was a nice sliding pass shot. And Lavonah's called her last time out.
At match point, this is probably an opportune time to take it.
It's pulling out all stops now. But Diane's played very consistent today. I don't think we'll see anything too much changing with her.
She's kept her concentration at an amazing level throughout the whole match. And
yeah, she was relaxed. It seemed from the very first points of the first game, and Lavonah was as tight as a rubber band.
Ten seconds and the break is up, and Diane Vallée will be serving for match point and the Canadian Championship. And she got a perfect serve for the win. So, not really any hard feelings between the doubles partners. No. Diane Vallée comes up with the big win in the Canadian Women's Championships. 21-6 was the final score in the second game. So while we've got this break in the action, let's take it right here on Cable 10 Sports. We're back with the women's Canadian champion, Diane Vallee, and a little bit easier of a match than you thought it would be?
Yes, it's easier.
It's easier?
Yeah.
2 games, and you played extremely well. Did you have a strategy going into this?
No.
No strategy?
No. You play your game, that's it.
Merv, what have you got?
Well, I think she's being modest. I think part of her strategy was to get a good serve working today, which is what she did. I thought she had a great serve down the right, which kind of handcuffed Lavonah, and she was very accurate with her shot. She was putting the ball where she wanted to put it on the front wall, and I thought she was very cool out there today. I thought Lavonah was almost as tight as a rubber band, but Diane was really relaxed, I thought.
Diane, congratulations on your first championship, and I hope there's more to come.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. That's it for the Women's Championship here at the Airport Racket Club. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Doug Anderson for Merv Deckard. Thanks for joining us.